We've formed a multidisciplinary team that's really looking at what does it mean for the university to leverage data as a strategic asset. So it's looking at what it means to leverage data to make better decisions, so data analytics in that sense for decision making for business. Using data to assist our students, so in the higher ed sector at the moment there's a lot of interest in whether you can use data the university has to identify students at risk of dropping out and then proactively suggest to students things they could be doing to assist. We're also looking at making sure we have students who graduate with the data skills that they need to be in the workforce going forward. And then there is a lot of work that involves data supporting our researchers. So at UTS, even though we're a young university, we've enjoyed really significant growth in the impact and volume of our research. And for my team, that translates into a lot of demand for compute power and for storage. And we're tackling that a few different ways. The first thing we're doing is increasing our own infrastructure. So we currently have about 280 terabytes of storage for just our researchers. And to give you an example of why that volume is necessary, a couple of examples. We have some optical microscopes that generate 1 terabyte of image data a day, and that then all needs to be stored and manipulated. And we have some bioinformatics researchers, so looking at bacteriology or virology, and they're doing genome sequencing on our high-performance computing. So we provide within the university quite a lot of storage and high-performance computing, but we're also working with some federal government initiatives to set up some shared infrastructure. So there are programs called RDSI and Nectar, and several institutions share storage and compute power across those. And another interesting one called ANZ, which stands for Australian National Data Storage. And that's looking at where there are data sets which are of national significance that other people might want to access in the future and making those available in a way that they can be reused. And then finally, there's an organisation called Intersect, which is essentially the peak body for representing research in New South Wales. And our university was a founding member of that. And again, they're providing resources to help with storage, with compute, and then also helping training researchers in using some of those tools. And I suppose the final piece of the puzzle for my team is helping our researchers navigate all those different options. So they actually essentially provide a consulting service. So when someone's doing a piece of research, helping them understand, given what they're trying to do, what are the appropriate tools to use, how do they set up their research, and where do they store it? So that's certainly been a big area of expansion for us. Like most CIOs, I am working very hard to make sure I have a team that's equipped to have the business conversations so that we're working as a business partner rather than being what Gartner would call an order taker. So I need people that are fluent in the language of the business, they understand the financials, they can write business cases, they can talk confidently and fluently at every level of the university about IT in terms of the business. One of the other challenges for the team is we work jointly with other parts of the organisation in providing services to students. So some really critical skills are around teamwork. So for example, we have a student services unit that run all the start of semester, the enrolment activities, and there's a very heavy IT component in all those things. So I need people that actually are able to understand in a holistic way how those processes work, what's important, and then are able to form and maintain really good relationships with other parts of the university. So there are a couple of the core things. And then some of the others, which again other CIOs will be struggling with, are things like in terms of moving into that cloud-based world, what are the new sets of skills that we need for that? So there are different background and skills around sourcing and then managing the relationships we have with key suppliers. So operating in a different way as an IT team also needs some new skills.